And this is the kind of UPS plane that crashed, the third biggest in the fleet, which is an MD-11 just a couple years ago. Travis looked back through the records and found that there may be 15% of the fleet were these type of planes. They are supposed to be some of the strongest, the best in the air at this point. The map right now showing the crash site and the quarter-mile radius that the shelter in place remains intact for. Part of the difficulty for the investigation, we've been told by multiple people, including the firefighters at the scene, is that the debris field is just so large. They don't even know how many victims to be looking for. You can see right there on the map where we're talking about. And I know Governor Andy Beshear had mentioned too, if you're not familiar with this place, very nearby is the Ford factory and the Expo Center. So when you're talking about the proximity to some of these other buildings that could have been even more catastrophic, and looking at the damage right now, it's it's a good thing it didn't hit anything else, but we know of two buildings that did take a direct hit. That's debris left from the runway. That's part of the engine. And Travis, I want to bring you in because when we were talking to some of our aviation experts and attorneys that have dealt with these crashes before, they said these planes are supposed to handle. I mean, if you were to have an engine fire, any kind of malfunction, a lot of it is able to be handled in the air once you take flight. But what they saw in the video, the type of damage and debris they're seeing in the field before the major part of the debris field really begins, that was very telling for them, that something malfunctioned. That was not what was supposed to happen, that crew is trained to take off once they get to that speed and handle it and have a valve cut off and be able to shut off the engine and lose the engine if need be. And
so, what I just heard from our people in the booth is that this is a photo from our Reed Yaden that he got from someone or may have acquired himself. And this is consistent with what aviation experts are saying about the reason why this was such a catastrophic event, is that there are pieces of the engine on the runway before or as the plane was taking off. And Brooke is correct that I just spoke with an aviation lawyer who did say that it is, I don't want to say common, but it is possible for a plane to take off with losing an engine.
Right.
What I just heard from that aviation expert, Lad Sanger, who's based in Texas, who I'm going to be putting together a package with him in a couple hours, is that probably the main issue here with this one is that, yes, they lost one engine under the wing, but as they were taking off, they also lost the second engine on the tail. And once that happened, the plane was tilted up at that point, and once they lost that second engine, it was no longer flyable. But yes, it's not against the rules to take off if you've lost one engine. That is protocol in some of these situations. And we don't know what the pilots knew and didn't know in that moment. They may not have known that anything was wrong.